excited!
Like the Oscars of Trinny London. Okay, should we see the dress?
You look incredible.
And welcome to the Third Annual Trinny Awards, and it is fantastic to see so many of you here in person. We have had hundreds of nominations from around the world, so we are so excited to share with you. We have 10 categories, including upcycling your teapots, twinning, the best shelfies, and this year a special award to celebrate International Women's Month and breaking the bias. So, without further ado, shall we begin? Yes! The best shelfie, we love this category because people go to town. And the 5 nominations are Marianne, who's the ambassador for the German, Swiss and Austrian tribe, and she says that her bathroom shelfie is finally looking good. Natalie, and she's from Belgium, and she says that her shelfie is full of happiness. Lexi, now her nomination came with a poem, which I shall try to read out to you. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Pick your favourite lip glow and get ready to pout. When we use a tea kit, the tribe are good to go. BFF rebalance and a dash of golden glow. Such a clever system. Yes, it's true. You won't believe it when just a touch will do. We can use the T-tones and BFF de-stress, then dress us up in sequins and let us impress. Fabulous poem! Donna, I love this one. Her cocktail trolley is now a Trinny trolley. Husna, it's a shelfie under a shelfie. I mean, I don't think I've quite seen so many products when I hear also that she even has spare drawers underneath that are full of Trinny London goodies. And the winner is Husna. It's so heavy I can hardly carry it, but our gorgeous Trinny Award is going to be engraved with your name on Hasna and winging its way to you to stand on your mantelpiece or in your bathroom. And the next category is the Best Friday Twinning. Now, this category gives Chloe and I a run for our money, and we've got some fantastic nominations this year. So let's start off with Sam and her sister. Her sister is based in San Francisco, and Sam is based in London. And they decided to do a Friday Twinning when they were both in London. And it's a very fond memory for them because it's the last time they both saw their father together. Manny and Adrienne from Canada. They've been Friday twinning for months and they've been giving so much joy across the Trinny tribes. So many outfits. I want to zoom in on some really and just look at the amazing outfits they've put together so far this year. This is a first, Julie and Grant. Now, Julie is based in the UK and Grant is based in Australia. They have never met in real life. And they had this idea, so it was a consequence that the awards came along because they were doing it anyway, but I just love what they chose and how they're both wearing it. Jackie and Melanie nominating themselves for their super cool and super practical wet weather attire with wonderful leopard outfits, which are from H&M, and I love their Russell and Bromley shoes. And finally, Liz and Eki from Queensland. Liz is one of our ambassadors, and Eki loves doing videos of her hair and makeup looks. They called their look Pretty in Pink. And the winner is Manny and Adrienne from Canada. And the next category is a new one, the Best Trinny London Glow. Now, you know how much we love a glow at Trinny London. And a glow this year includes your skincare as well as your makeup, so it's a bigger glow. The top 5 nominees are Debbie, and this is a photo of her before and after makeup, both with that Trinny London glow. And she's sure that her glow is down to her new Trinny London skincare routine. Faithful BFF only intensifies the glow at the end of that skincare routine. And she says, not bad for 50. Thank you, Trinny. 50? Are we kidding? Fantastic. Next up is Shin Shin. She was on the call for those of you who joined in for International Women's Day. And she said that she felt so inspired by that call that afterwards she had a makeup look that she put on. And she just felt that the Trinny London stack gave her that added radiance. And she does look totally radiant. Then we have Julianne. And for Christmas, her lovely husband surprised her with some Trinny London goodies. And she used her favourite BFF Stress in Lucy, Lip to Cheek in Freddie, and Lip Glow in Maddie for her maternity photographs. And Maureen, I love this picture. I remember seeing it on the feed, and she's basking in the warmth of the Arabian sun, wearing lip lux in Demon. Finally, Terry Ann, and she said, I'm going for the glow. I train on the water in the sun almost every day. I've been a water sports athlete for over 30 years, but thanks to my good Trinny London skincare routine, I feel it doesn't show. And she's wearing BFF Stress, Eye to Iron Star, Sheer Shimmer in Bunny. And the winner is Debbie! Now, the next award is the best day to night. And day to night is something that we all love to do because time is just not on our side. And many of us, go to work and then need to go and switch it out for the nighttime. So, starting off with Layla, and she's known for her frequent out of the day inspiration across the tribe. She loves styling up her two favourite Zara suit, and she's wearing all Trinny London makeup. Scarlett is a member of our Global and Kent South England tribe. She's a regular poster, and she's jazzing up her day-to-night look, putting up her hair, adding a leopard print bag, and swapping her trainers for boots. Tammy, it's her first navy suit, arrived just in time for the Trinny Awards, and her day-to-night transformation sees her swap neon for sparkles and trainers for platforms. Her day palette, BFFs, sheer shimmers in Katie's, and moon dawn on her eyes. And her evening palette includes italics in Aphrodite, lip to cheek in Munchkin and Emily. Fabulous combination. We have Jane with a Y, and she is sharing her new Zara jacket styled two ways, daytime with trainers and evening with sparkles and heels. And finally, Jane, fabulous Canadian Trinny Tribe ambassador, and she's doing I love this, a quick trip to the dentist, and she's still put on BFF SPF, Golden Glow and Guy, Lip to Cheek and BB, Eye to Eye to Wisdom, Sheer Shimmer in Nicole. That's my kind of woman. And then for her evening look, after she's got toothache properly, let's put on the makeup to not feel the pain, and she's wearing BFF Rebalance in Golden Glow, in Swala, Lip Lux in Yasmin. She's up the ante with Eye to Eye in Wisdom and Empress, and a touch of Italics in Minerva. I know it's one of Jane's favourites, actually. According to Jane, a toss of a new scarf and jumper and some crazy silver hairspray. Fabulous. And the winner is Tammy! Now, this is a new category. It's all about how we do our cleansing at Trinny London, which was we put that lovely tea towel on our head and we just take a moment to breathe. So all of the Trinny team went out across Chelsea and did their own images. And we also asked the tribe to do it too. But then I want to first of all highlight what the team did, because there were some brilliant films, including reenacting the sort of Abbey Road Beatles image. There was one of two of our lovely team in marketing proposing to one another outside Chelsea Town Hall. There were some people who were reading a book with a cloth over their head. There were some people having coffee in my favourite coffee shop and nearly got chucked out. There were people putting it on policemen. There were people lying in beds in Anthropology. Everything. It was hilarious. And we also, in the nominations from the tribes, had some fantastic responses. And our winner to this actually goes to Donna, because she actually took her daily makeup and she put it on the tea towel and painted it beautifully. This brings so much joy every year, this category. This is the best upcycled teapot, and we love showing this because we believe that teapots have a life for years and years in your life, and they can be reused for many different things. So we hope every year this award gives you, who've got to the bottom of a teapot, lovely inspiration to think what you can do with yours now and how you can utilize it in your life. Our first nomination is Andre, and she loves to put her delicate jewelry, including some very pretty pearl earrings, in her little teapots. Next up is Jane, and Jane turns her empty teapots over to the festive period to actually be the cutter for her mince pies, which I just found random but inspiring, especially as it's not Christmas right now. But she obviously photographed this in Christmas thinking maybe the awards are going to happen again and I could be nominated. Jennifer, her empty teapots are perfect for her overnight stays and particularly handy for her pills and vitamins. I think this is fantastic. I would need a stack of 20 teapots for my pills and vitamins, but you got it down to a fine art. Scarlett, her empty teapots are perfect to keep salt safe and use as a boiled egg cup. Now, salt safe I agreed with, but I'm not sure how stable that egg is when you chop its head off. So I love it, the idea, but I think it was slightly a posed photograph. And finally, Vanessa. Her empty teapots are perfect for springtime seed storage. Amazing. I mean, seeds take so little room and we always lose them. And the winner is Vanessa, and I think it makes us all want to be secret gardeners. Another one of my favourite categories is Best Stack on Tour, because our stacks really get around the world. These were the ones we loved the most. The first one is Carla, who took her stack to Queensland. Next up, Sarah, who took her stack to Dubai. Emily took her stack to the Greek island of Rhodes. Beautiful. Wendy messaged our customer service team to share her amazing snap of her stack in Antarctica. Rachel took hers to the castaway island of Fiji, a place I've always wanted to go. But the winner really has to be Wendy in Antarctica. And we're down to the last 3 awards. It's getting so exciting, isn't it? Woo! So the 5 nominations for the best outfit of the day, obviously one of my favourite awards. Jennifer, she shared so many outfit of the days over the years. And for the style, she shared a jacket that she's worn 10 different ways, which is fantastic. I love the suggestion of pairing it, obviously, with a flash of neon. Sarah, she celebrated her return to Ascot after being virtual for a few years, and she did a beautiful pop of yellow. And I think I recognise that dress because I think I might have it. Joanna, I loved this soft layered look, and she calls it her cozy cream ensemble. And it's that time of year when you just want to put away winter and you want a bright lip, so she's done lips, cheek and Rossi, which I think is so beautiful to complement it. Next up, Marisha, and she has such a passion for fashion that she submitted a plethora of different outfits of the day. And this amazing shot of her, when she was jumping on a trampoline wearing my favourite Zara suit this season. She calls it her Harry Styles suit and claims it's retro heaven for her. And Liz has nominated her friend Sue, and she calls it her strawberry shortcake look. Love it. And our winner is Marisha. So another category that's come back this year is the best stack creation. Now, when we first launched, we were mainly about the stack, but you know, Trinny London has grown and there's a lot of extra things that come when you receive your goodies, and people have utilised them beautifully. And I love that reusing of every element of Trinny London that comes through your door. So let's start off with Alexa. And Alexa posted this picture alongside the caption, "How useful these little boxes are." And what she's done is she's actually taken the cartons that the pots come in, she's cut off the tops, and she's made them little pots for her to use to put her jewellery in. I think it's genius. Samantha, she used her empty gifting box to create the perfect for under the computer to keep handy desk essentials. It's a lovely pull-out and it looks pretty. Misty, this is a very unorthodox storage hack because she's created when photographing an old Nespresso capsule kind of tray, and the teapots fit perfectly in it with the way up that you can read what's on the bottom. It's genius. I mean, I want to go and see, do I have an old Nespresso one of these myself so I can do it too? I love this. Shell. Now this has to be the most unusual. So Shell was going to the cinema for the first time after she hadn't been for ages. And she was so nervous of touching anything post-COVID that she took the Jubilee bag and the Atlantic bag, and her husband and her stuffed it with the lovely sweeties that they want to eat at the cinema, which I do all the time, and just ate from that knowing it was not contaminated. And finally, we have Crystal. I mean, Crystal does nominations every year, and Crystal literally is, I mean, I think she spends her life making the most beautiful dollhouses. But this year, she's literally done a Trinny-inspired dollhouse, and it's got the, if you see, the circle wallpaper at the back, and then she's got all the little packaging that we have, and she's created them into different elements of furniture and accessories around the house. It is genius. You could look at that picture for ages and think, what was it originally from? And the winner has to be Shell. And our final award is a new award this year to celebrate the best International Women's Day story. And our team was so inspired by the hundreds of nominations that came in. It was very difficult to choose. So our top 5 nominations are as follows, and they all tell a story about this International Women's Day theme, which is breaking the bias. The first story is Anyana, and she has worked as an earth scientist, engaging audiences of all backgrounds with the science of rocks, fossils and landforms. However, her smile and passion for earth science hides a long and difficult journey to get there. Although over 40% of the students at the beginning are women, only 13% end up as professors. So it's a real minority. Today, she stands in her own power amongst her peers. She uses her privileged position to support, encourage and inspire other women. She has since won multiple awards around geosciences, including one from the very prestigious Royal Geographical Society and the Diversity Award for a Positive Role Model in Race. Claire has been nominated by her fellow Trinny triber, Claire Moore. And Claire Moore wrote, "I would like to nominate Claire for the International Women's Day Trinny category. We don't know each other. I've never even messaged her, but her videos have lifted me up over the last 2 years and her latest post really resonated with me. Thank you, Claire, for everything. It's more than you know." As a team, we were so inspired by her determination to break the taboo around mental illness and her bravery to talk about her feelings so openly. This is Claire Pendleton's Holy that inspired the post for the other Claire. Getting ready for work with Trinny. Depression is a hidden illness. It can be controlled, but it never goes away. And sometimes the world throws a punch at you, and suddenly you're swallowed up with sadness, loneliness, and negativity. That black dog has just not left your side. I try and look at myself by getting up and having a lovely skin regime by Trinny London, then putting on some fabulous makeup and making an effort with a bright and happy colour. We can try and lift the fog. Kindness to yourself and those around you can help. Have a lovely day, dear tribers. Very inspiring message. Claudienne, it's the first time that she's done a nomination for herself on the tribe. I'm 45 and at the age of 33, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I have a master's in accounting, but last year I started my master's in business in fashion, inspired by Trinny. With her and all of you tribers, in my life I've been able to break my own bias and start studying again. My skin suffered a lot as a result of my cancer treatment, and I have been working on it with Trinny London products to treat hyperpigmentation. And I find BFF De-Stress is amazing, and it helps cover up and gives life to my face in a very delicate way. I thought my career had ended, yet here I am, even looking at another industry where I can find myself doing happily what I love. Thank you all for having the time to read my story, and thank you for being the amazing community that you are. Debbie has nominated her daughter Lauren. I'd like to nominate my lovely darling daughter Lauren for the Break the Bias Award. Lauren has not had it easy in life, but she's been determined from an early age to change that. She was born with an ear condition, which made her deaf to the age of 3. And on top of this, at the age of 6, she became a carer for me. However, Lauren had a goal in life that she wanted to be a vet, and she was determined to make this dream a reality. After beginning her A-levels, she became unwell again and had to spend time in hospital. She never let this get her down, and she continued to work hard through the pandemic to get through her studies. It's now 2022. Lauren has finished her A-levels, and she's currently studying veterinary science at Bristol University, one of the best universities in the UK. She beat the bias against her from an early age, and every step she's growing into a stronger, more beautiful woman. And finally, Sarah has nominated Martha. She's a regular poster of the Trinny Tribe Midlands, and she's a phenomenal example of how women can be successful in science. Not only does she post fabulous outfits, but she talks about all the work she does at the university that she's affiliated to, becoming a shining example to women everywhere. Her research work on bacteriophages brings hope to fighting diseases such as C. diff colitis and defense against antibiotic resistance bacteria. It's so complicated that we're just in awe already, aren't we? Sarah says, if she's not breaking a bias, I will eat my hat. So I have to say that we were so moved by the top 5 nominations that we have decided to give you each a Trinny Award because they were unbelievably inspiring stories. So well done, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to this year's Trinny Awards. And now that you've watched it maybe for the first time, I'm sure you're already thinking about what you'll nominate yourself for next year. So until then, bye!